Okay, first of all, I'm not homeless. I don't have only one shirt. I'm making all of these videos in one day, so that's why I'm wearing the Nebraska shirt in my first couple of videos. And and I would just like to talk about the people involved in the Keystone XL fight. And a lot of a lot of the people involved, they're not really they've never been in an environmental battle before. A lot of people are aren't really activists. They're not liberal. Actually, a lot of the people involved are conservative Republicans. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I have a lot of friends who are conservative Republicans. I have no problem with it. I'm in Nebraska, okay? It's a moderately conservative state, so I don't really see a problem in that. Anyway, and most of the people involved in the fight are actually farmers and ranchers who have been threatened by TransCanada with eminent domain. And these people are hard-working Americans. They work the land day after day after day, and they're getting crap for it by people who aren't even in our own country, and sometimes even our people of our own legislature, of our own government, are criticizing them. Like, for instance, Legislator McCoy. I heard about the horrible comments you made to Cindy Myers and Robert after they had testified at the legislature. And, I mean, first of all, you're a senator. That is completely out of line. You don't make biased comments against people who are testifying for a cause they really believe in. And second of all, you're an adult. Like 12-year-olds do that. Really? Really? Anyway, and these people are shy. Some of them are shy. Most of them are absolutely nice. Actually, all of them are really nice. And they don't deserve to be messed with by these land agents who aren't even from Nebraska. They're from like Tennessee, Georgia, and most of them are from Canada because it's TransCanada, which is a Canadian company in Canada. Just to make that clear, they're not, and they don't even have authority to be threatening eminent domain. They don't have a permit yet from the State Department, which is only involved because TransCanada is a foreign company. Normally, this would be handled by the EPA, which I believe is more qualified to be handling environmental issues like this. And these people are being threatened by with eminent domain for land that they worked for years and years, for land that they depend on. And the resource that they depend on, which is water, is being threatened as well. Because the pipeline, the oil itself could poison the water which they need for crops and to water the cattle. And mostly for themselves. People here in Nebraska, we use water to live. Everybody uses water to live, but the aquifer itself is essential to life here in Nebraska because of the farming that goes on. And you can see the aquifer too. It's not below us. It's not some giant entity that's unseen. It's in Holt County. You can see it. The water table is above the ground in Holt County. You can drive along the highway or down the road in Holt County, and you can see the water on the ground, and that's not melted water from ice or snow. That's not rainfall. It didn't flood. That's the aquifer that you're seeing, and that's the source. That's the resource that's being threatened. I don't know. It's kind of sickening to me, the fact that people don't seem to be caring as much as they should, especially with all these human rights issues and the environmental issues that are involved, people are still considering whether or not this is a good thing. It should be automatic that we consider this to be a bad thing. I mean, I'm not saying that TransCanada is evil. It's a company. That's what they do. They go in and they want to make the most money that they can. They want to make profit so they can have more money. I mean, that's sort of the basis for everything, isn't it? But I'm saying the way that they're going about this is wrong. The way that they're going about this is evil. Because you don't threaten people's land, A, when you don't have the authority, and B, when you're threatening the people who worked the hardest for it. I don't know. That's just all I have to say on that subject. Actually, it's not. I have a lot more to say on the subject, but I don't think anyone's going to have enough attention span to